They were like, don't even play with these dudes. Go beast mode on these dudes, boy. They were like, stop playing with these dudes, boy. No shot, no gimmick, no gimme look. No plan, go get it, no giving up. No gas, get a mask like give it up. Gotta get it, gotta kill it like fill it up. No drop, no wait, no hold on. Cock back, let it go like so long. Black suit, black tie with a slow song. Come through, clean them up, put the soap on. No quit, no wait, no stop it. Pull it, pop it, flip it, cop it. No bull, no wait, no stop it. See it, want it, get it, got it. No time to waste, no watches. No time to play, they watching. I say, I spray like an AK laced with the barrel of a rocket. It's a beautiful feeling. I'm no hero or villain. I go beast in a minute when they tell me to get 'em. It's a beautiful feeling. I'm no hero or villain. I go beast in a minute when they tell me to get 'em. Let me loose, I'm the greatest. 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 Why? Said I'm only coming.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sunny Bonani, Sunny Bonani, Sunny Bonani. I need to drink my teas, okay? Hold on. I have been working the whole day. I am so thankful to be back working full on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's also beautiful to take a sabbatical and just be like, enough is enough. I just need time out. I need time out. I need time out to heal myself. I need time out to honor myself. So today I would like for us to forgive God for the people who label us as sociopathic, crazy, depressed, anxiety-ridden, ADHD, autistic, all sorts of this stuff. In my videos, I've talked about like my experiences in New York when I used to take the train from Brooklyn to Wall Street. And I would hear African-American women yell at their sons, "Raw, I'll kick you upside and down, up and down this cart. Raw, I'll slap you upside the head. You dumb child. You're going to end up like your daddy in a jail, prison cell. You're good for nothing." White women call their children, they actually label their children, you're a sociopath, you're a narcissist. Yeah, I mean, okay, white women actually, because white women go to therapy. Okay, I love to talk about white people, black people, also to this day. I'm married to a white man, but that is not even something that I need to explain. It's just that sometimes we're so sensitive to these cultural things and trauma shows up differently, and solutions towards trauma, the solutions available for people in different socioeconomic statuses are different. Okay, so like if you grew up in Africa like me, therapy was going to church and crying and singing and dancing, and Jesus was going to help you. Yeah, it works to some degree because it allows you to have hope that something is going to help. It really does allow you to have hope. So I'm not completely knocking church. When church gets toxic, that's when I have a problem with them fucking churches. Okay, but like in the Caucasian community, it's like you go to therapy, or your mother is in therapy, or your mother's reading self-help books or therapy books. So they have the vocabulary. So when they say, "Oh, you're a narcissist," that's why in the West, there are all these labels: sociopath, psychopath, narcissist, all of this stuff. In Africa, we understand that person is not right. It could be a demonic entity or whatever, but we don't have the labeling and the verbiage for mental health. We don't know what a psychopath is or a sociopath. Well, we do know, but we don't have the verbiage. It's only now that the verbiage is, even in Asia, acknowledging that somebody's a narcissist. And when they look up what narcissism means, it usually shocks people because they have the behaviors, but they don't label it as narcissism. You know what I mean? Like in Japan, depression is called a flu of the soul. If you came to Africa and told me about flu of the soul, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm depressed, long depressed. Depression. Yeah, depression is okushaya uzophuza namabhi ulala ubusuku banga uphethwe depression. This is South Africans. And we'll make fun of it because we laugh through most of our problems because we've been through so much. We just like, we don't even know what to do anymore. We just damn laugh through it. And others drink and others party, but we just laugh through it. So it shows up differently in each culture, and the solutions are different, and the verbiage, the languaging that's used to describe the emotional turmoil, the behaviors that the person is engaged in, right? So today I would like for us to forgive God for all of the labels that we've accepted as ourselves, for ourselves, or other people have projected onto us. And you know that that is not the truth of your being. You know for certain that is not the truth of your being. But even if you don't know that for certain, hold on. That was an energetic release for me. Truly, it was, because I was like, you know for certain that that's not the truth of your being, and then I was like, oh, I need to cough. It truly was an energetic release. I know for certain that I'm nothing else but what God says about me. God says I'm beautiful. God says I'm prosperous. God, as itself, as me, is prosperity, is creative intelligence, is innovation, is love, is grace, is peace, is joy. Anything else is not my business. It's not a part of my repertoire. So you can call me whatever you want to call me. That's coming out of your soul. That means you've got a dirty soul. And of course, I don't want to hang out with a person with a dirty soul. Why would I? So that you can come and dirty my electromagnetic field? Oh, hell no, thank you so much. No, thank you. You stay there, you work on your traumas, not in my electromagnetic field. No, thank you. We are entitled to this, whether you're a man or a woman. You are entitled to sovereignty, where you're like, my happiness is more important. What God says about me and what I'm here to fulfill, and my higher self in concert with this God consciousness that is only interested in love reigning supreme on planet Earth, is the only validating source in my life. I mean, no therapist can label me a sociopath. Maybe I do have sociopathic tendencies. Maybe I do have depressive tendencies, but that is not the truth of my soul. That is not the truth of my being. Somebody can label me as a borderline, but that's truly not the truth of my soul or my being. Those are trauma informed behaviors and coping strategies. And you might also say to yourself, but Timby, you're always going borderlines, narcissists, and stuff like this. I'm doing it on purpose because most people don't even know how badly behaved they are until you actually say, yo, man, you're a fucking borderline, you're a narcissist. And then they go Google it and they're like, this is truly how I am. Because actually seeing that about yourself, that you behave in that way, is scary as hell. When I started looking at myself with codependency, I was like, I thought I was a very independent person. I didn't really like what I saw. Nobody likes to see themselves that they have a little bit of dysfunction. I mean, we all have this rosy picture of ourselves and how perfect we are. When that rosy picture of our own reality, the figment of our own reality, is not met with like confirmation on the outside, well, guess what? It's not pretty. Those egoic stories that we've told ourselves so much to just try to survive in this crazy world, when you start seeing the truth of all of the coping strategies and the defense mechanisms and or maybe sociopathic behaviors and tendencies and borderline behaviors and tendencies, you kind of hate yourself at that point. Self-loathing becomes a thing. So that's why people repress. That's why people suppress and deny. I'm not. I'm not a thief. What? Sextortion? What? Intimidating people, trying to control people? That can't be me. No, 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 no. I'm not a psychopath. No, that can't be me. Mm-mm, mm-mm. What? That can't be me. But that is truly you right now. This is the behavior. I can't be a greedy person. I just give to the church all the time. I can't really be a greedy person. Yeah, you maybe just washing your guilt because you do shady deals. So of course you want to give to the church because you do shady deals, so that you just feel like, okay, God, I got this money. It wasn't the best way to get this money, but whatever. I mean, I gave my tithes. I mean, the church can do something about it, so I'm free. It doesn't work like this. It doesn't work like this. I don't know why nobody has ever taught us this. Okay, so I would like to forgive all of the people, the doctors, even the doctors. Sometimes when you go to a doctor, they'll tell you you've got some kind of disease. And if you accept that this disease will become a part of your reality, I cannot tell you how many people in America love labeling themselves. I think America is like the epitome of labels. That's why I just love living in America, because there is a label for everything. There's restless leg syndrome, there's fibromyalgia, there's sociopathy, there's the borderline personality disorder, there's all sorts. Yes, they are. What these labels are doing is that they take a set of behaviors and thought processes that lead to certain dysfunctional behaviors, and what they do is they box these behaviors up, and they say, if a person behaves this and this, and does this and this and this, and possibly says this and this and this, it could possibly be sociopathy of this kind, of this kind, of this kind, of this kind, of this kind. Right now, but once somebody has labeled you and you actually don't have a way of getting yourself out of that label, because it's always a story, right? So people who are sociopaths will behave this way and this way. And if that person maybe was just having some sociopathic tendencies for just that month because they were just going through a hellish experience, now that we've labeled, maybe it's not a month, maybe like 10 years or whatever, 5 years, now that we've labeled that person, they actually will live up to that label. It's like the mothers who go, Raw, you're going to end up like your daddy in the prison. And then Raw is in the prison with his daddy. Maybe in a different prison, but like at 16, Raw is in juvie. By 21, Raw is in the same prison with his daddy. How did that happen? Word curses. Labeling the soul. The soul can never be a psychopath. The behavior based from trauma or whatever it is, demonic agreements, or you sold your soul and now this is the demons that are running you and they're making you do all these bad things. Okay, at that point, like, I don't know who can help you, but like, I don't know, maybe the shamans or ayahuasca. But inherently, we are the spark of divinity. Every single soul on planet Earth is the spark of divinity. Whether you want to self-actualize to the spark of divinity, or whether you want to keep being mired in demonic hell realms, is up to you. It's really up to you. It's a choice that you can make. So today I would like us to forgive all the people that have labeled us as whatever. Cannot draw, cannot sing, dumb, stupid, you're this sick, you're that sick, you're that sick, you're not that well in this way. This is wrong with you. That is wrong with you. You need this kind of help. You need that kind of help. Maybe you just came in with all these quirks, and maybe if you just worked through these quirks, you'd be okay with these quirks as long as your quirks are not hurting other people. It's okay to be a little weird as long as you are not hurting other people. You're not stealing from other people. You're not thinking you can control other people and destroy other people's lives. Rage on with your quirks. Okay, not rage, but like have fun with your quirks. Not everybody's supposed to be the same. Not everybody's supposed to like Buddha. Not everybody's supposed to like Jesus. Not everybody's supposed to like black. Not everybody's supposed to like pink. But because we don't actually even understand our own emotions, the jealousy takes over us, the envy, the unhealed traumas from childhood, from past lifetimes, Oh my God, and all sorts of the mental health issues that are going on outside, and we're engaging with each other, trauma bonding. Of course, people are going to be psychopaths or sociopaths or narcissists or borderlines, because we have a whole bunch of unhealed people just trying to live out their lives, having children in this mess, and trying to be good parents. So we can't even blame the parents because they're just doing the best. Trying to be ambitious professionals and good Samaritans and good community members. Of course, I would lose my mind too. And you don't give me emotional intelligence. Well, who's supposed to give this to you? There we go, giving up our power to somebody, to the government. You didn't teach me about mental health. So because you didn't teach me about mental health, it's my right to be a fucking sociopath. No, it is not your right to be a sociopath, especially once we've got Google. We've got Google now. You take them Googles and you say, but like, why am I always angry? Why am I projecting my angers onto people? Why am I so nasty? Why do I think gossiping and speaking bad out of my mouth is acceptable? If that's all you know because you watch soap operas, of all you know because you're living in patriarchy that is making you crazy in the head, and now, kind of like the shift has happened where we're more into balancing the masculine and the feminine, where it's balanced, but you're not up with this program, of course you're going to have sociopathic tendencies and sociopathic behaviors, and people are going to call you out on that stuff, and people are going to ostracize you and isolate you. Before, they used to ostracize the visionaries and the chosen ones. Now time's up. Nobody cares about the sociopaths and the narcissists and the borderlines. It's like, yo man, that was like 2000 and Pisces. You should have healed. You should have actually gone to therapy and done your work then. There's no time for this now, and you're not welcome in our group of amazing people. But this is also division. This is also separation. That could also lead to more pain and hurt and hate. This is why I say you must walk this path. You must do. Please do. And today, truly, I would like for us to forgive all of the people that have labeled us. Because you have labeled somebody. You stupid, or you so slow, or something. You have labeled somebody. You have participated in this. Maybe not this lifetime if you're a saintly Saint Mother Teresa. Do you know what I mean? But you've participated in this at some label, and maybe that's why that person from a past lifetime has now come and labeled you as a sociopath. Maybe you killed them in a past lifetime. Who the hell knows? But this is not the truth of your being. God never wakes up in the morning and says, you're a sociopath. Life always, through gods and the gods, says, oh, so beautiful. I'm pleased, so intelligent. I'm proud with what I've created. Because I've never heard a bird say, I'm a sociopath, I'm a psychopath, I'm a narcissist, I'm a borderline. But human beings do have these tendencies, and this is why we call these tendencies out. Because we're tired of these people because they destroy people's lives. Actually, nobody can destroy your life unless you allow them to destroy your lives. But I mean, let's plant some seeds so that these people can wake up. But inherently, your soul can never be a psychopath or a sociopath or a narcissist or a borderline. This is not truth. This is a lie. Labels are there to make you aware of the dysfunctional behavior that you are engaging in that is hurting others or making others uncomfortable. If we can just look at mental health from that perspective, I think we have a chance. Other than that, we don't have a chance, because once you've labeled me a sociopath, I am going to live up to that label and I'm going to come damn hacky. So maybe let's stop labeling each other. Let's call it borderlines, meaning this behavior is borderline unacceptable. But inherently, you are the face of love. But you can't even get to this point where I'm actually having these conversations until you actually do the forgiveness work. Because when you are angry at someone, you are going to say all sorts of things. And even doctors will say all sorts of things. Even therapists, even your parents, even your teachers, even the pastors will say all sorts of things. So this is why the forgiveness process is such a beautiful process, because it allows you to get to a place where your heart softens. You still have boundaries, but your heart softens through the healing. Your language softens even through the healing. I will still not stop with the borderlines and the sociopaths and the narcissists. I will still not stop, because this behavior must die. Like, it truly must die. We must rebirth love. in all aspects of our lives. For all beings, we must go through the death process and rebirth. A vision where we all are healthy and are living in wholeness. So we're not sociopathing each other and borderlining each other. I just want to live in a world where it's lovely to be alive every single day, where I'm happy, because I like to be in my African stuff and talking to everybody outside here on the street. I find it fun. And I don't want to be dealing with sociopaths and borderlines and narcissists and lasheroners, leeches, leavers, and lies. It's exhausting. I just want to enjoy the God spark in you, not your borderlines and your narcissism. Is this too much to ask of human beings? I don't know, how low have we become that you don't even want to show your God self, your creativity, your beauty, your love, your generosity. You only want to show the sociopathic parts. Why? Because somebody labeled you a sociopath? No, grow out of this. Just evolve out of this, okay? Let's forgive God for all of the people. Do not blame your parents. Do not blame the school system. Do not blame your pastors, your preachers, your gurus. It does nothing. Release yourself. Liberate yourself from all the labels, all the hurt, all the drama. Download the Radical Forgiveness worksheet below. And if you want to go deeper in that process, please download the Future Gen Leaders app onto your phone, available on iOS and Google Play. You can go real deep. You can go real deep. I'm here to tell you that you are the face of love. You are a visionary, especially if you're watching this. You are probably a chosen one. Sometimes people misunderstand us, and it's okay. And sometimes we misunderstand the mindless souls, and then they call us sociopaths. It's okay. That's the nature of human, is to offend each other. Don't get offended. If they call you a narcissist, say thank you. As long as you're not hurting other people. If they call you a sociopath and you're hurting other people, you need to get locked up. You need discipline. But if it's just a random bullshit attack, it's like, you want to call me a witch? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it means my prayers are answered. You know what I mean? You can't take these things seriously. They'll mess up with your head. And you will live up to those labels. You have the power to transform any label somebody gives you. Anything somebody says about you or against you, you can just say, I didn't hear God say that about me today, so I'm sorry, I'm not believing your bullshit. You can keep your bullshit to yourself and destroy yourself, because this stuff is really coming from the depths of your darkness of your soul. But I'm not getting myself involved in that. Boundaries, goodbye and goddamn bless. Live in your hell realms. I'm moving on with my heavens. Please download. Please practice your forgiveness worksheets. Just forgive God for creating these people, because you are one of these people. That's the thing about life. It's so gangster. Is that the more you start seeing these things and you're doing the forgiveness work, you're like, oh, frick, I am one of these people who goes around judging other people. So it's best you just then forgive. Go back to them gods and say, God, it's time to forgive now. Let's work on this, because I'm real tired and I'm real angry about these mindless souls. Okay? Metta. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be liberated from all ignorance. May I be liberated from all suffering. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be liberated from all ignorance. May all beings be liberated from all suffering. Togos, Togos, Togos. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Love yourself. Yeah, you might have some psychopathic tendencies, you might have some narcissistic tendencies, borderline personality tendencies, but this is not the truth of your identity, of your soul, of your higher self. This is not the truth. This is a reaction and a symptom of trauma. Work on the trauma. All these things will collapse. These egoic stories, these energies, these stories from these strange beings that want you to stay all messed up in the head. collapse these stories and live in the truth of your being. The truth of your being is that you are beauty, you are intelligence, you are creativity, you are abundance seeking to express itself as the very beauty of God consciousness and the goddess. This is all that is truth about you. Anything else is just a figment of lies. And I say, life through and as me. It is loving itself through and as me and loving itself as you. And so that we can love each other and not harm each other. How about that? Let's give each other a kiss before we go. Bye.